Hello. Hello, everyone. Is anyone coming up today? Hello. Hello. Hello, honey. I can see you. How are you? Please help me share this video so that people will know I'm on. I see you, Queen Oshedi. Then a gift, I see you, Princess Eliza. You are welcome. Who else is on board? Hello, darling. I see you again. Please share this video, people, so that others will know that I'm back. I believe today we have a better network. We have a better program, right? How are you all doing? How are you doing? I want to hear you. Oh, boy. Okay, so you saw the topic of today, right? It's a continuation of what I wanted to do yesterday. That network didn't allow me to do, but I believe that today the network will be better and you will hear me better today. Please share, invite your friends, especially those parents that you know tend to send their children to Ukraine to study, and also those students that you know are studying in Ukraine, and the students themselves that will be coming this September to study. That is my message. I have a warning for all of you, or will I say a message to make you to be conscious or to be cautious or to take care when you come to Ukraine to study. I see you, Queen Stella. How are you doing? I see you, Blossy Effion. Please share this video, okay? But before I start, I want to mention something. I don't know if it's necessary, but I still think I need to say it. How are you, Ina? How are you doing? So I had this man came to my page, the message that I shared yesterday, and he took up my message and went on his page and was saying all kinds of funny things about me. And this guy is not even somebody that I know, so it sounds so funny to me. And this shows me how we pick words out of the Bible, out of context, and just go and make message on it when it makes no sense. I don't know this man from Genesis, and he does not know me. So for him to say those things about me, makes me laugh, okay? He invited me to watch his program, which I did when I had time, but not when he was on live. So, life is funny. Life is funny. I really hope my husband will get to him, okay? Because he was saying all kinds of things that he doesn't believe my husband knows what I'm doing, and all kinds of funny things, Hello, Prince. Thank you for tuning in. Please share this video, everyone. So we are talking about students that are being duped when they come to Ukraine to study, okay? A lot of students are falling victim of this. A lot of students are falling victim, and due to our upbringing from home, especially those that come from Africa or those that come from Asia, that believe that they don't question their pastors, that they shouldn't even go and ask what is happening. These students don't even own up to say that they are being duped, but they come to me, they come to my husband, they complain, even their parents come and phone us and say, please help my students. So it's so funny when somebody will come to your page, pick up your message and starts accusing you of things, telling you to provide the students. You don't provide those that are confined in you, you understand? And you don't just turn up a message of what you don't know and start to, build on it. It's such a pity. So, I want to just give you a few points of how students get into this mess. Hello, darling Mado, how are you doing? One of the reasons is the system, the way they do school in this part of the country. Usually in some places, Parents might just wire their children's school fees straight to the school, okay? So that they won't be tempted to spend it, or they won't be tempted to use it any other way. So our case is that most pastors, I repeat, most pastors and most churches, they manipulate students to pay their school fees or to give part of their school fees as vows to church. They manipulate students to give part or all of their school fees as vows, as offerings, as first fruits to the church. Does this mean that I'm condemning the church or that I'm condemning the whole church? No. I said some. We still have some good church here. Just like that guy mentioned that you have Sunday Elijah that is a good man. Yes, he's a good man. And I'm one of his pastors, if you don't know. And right now I am in his house. This man doesn't know all these things before trashing me out there, but it's okay. That's one of the bullets you get for speaking the truth, okay? So, what was I saying? The system that they use here don't allow parents to pay straight from the account into the school account, thereby allowing these students to have money, cash, when they're coming here. And when they get to Ukraine, of course, these pastors, not all of them, some of these pastors that do these things, they now seize this opportunity to call for all kinds of offerings, okay? And when you hear this coming up on and again in every service, you are tempted to pay or to take some money out of your school fees and pay as a vow, believing that you are giving to God and God will give you back. And most of the time, these pastors say it straight on. They will tell you, take some out of your school fees. Take out $1,000 out of your school fees. Take out $500 out of your school fees and believe God that within 3 months, he will give you back, which is absolutely, I don't know, absolutely nonsense, okay? It is not to be done. It is not to be done, okay? So, due to the fact that the systems here don't allow students to pay money straight into the school account, allow the parents of these students to pay money into the school account, that's what makes the students to have this money on their hand. And when they come here, when they listen to these funny messages, then they are tempted to, give it in when they are being asked to. That's one of the ways. And sometimes, even when the school allows you to pay this money into the account, by the time they have done some, what do they call it? Conversion, exchange the money from Naira to Nigeria to dollars and back to hryvnias and back to dollars. These parents, they lose a lot of money, okay? By the end, you finish paying your daughter's or your son's school fees, you notice that you have spent double what you would have done if you have just given her the money. So this is one of the reasons that make these students have this money on their hand. I'm saying all this because of the questions I got, from yesterday's video. Then thirdly, we have what we call here agents. You have agents that students are assigned to, even the agents that send you invitation, to visit Ukraine to study in these schools. And when you come here to study, it is these agents, again, that will accept you to the school. They are the ones that help you run around, to pay your school fees, to do whatever you want to do. This also helps to make the students have the money in their hand. Another thing is, which other? Yeah. Most of these pastors also have turned themselves into these agents. Do you understand? So when you give them your money, sometimes they pay into the school, sometimes they don't. And when they don't, before you realize that your money haven't been paid, you will see your name on the board as expelled or wanting to be expelled. Before you can gather money to pay up your school fees, you are expelled, okay? This guy that was using me to do video again also mentioned that I am talking about the people that come to Ukraine to do prostitution. They are the ones that are out of school. I know the news of those that do prostitution. I know the news of those that do 419 and do drugs. These are not the people I'm talking about. I am talking about students that their mothers, their fathers sent to Ukraine to study. I am not talking about people that came here to do prostitution or to do any kind of drugs or any kind of, atrocity. I'm talking about real students. Real students. I can't count them, okay? I'm just saying this for the purpose of those that watch that video with whatever that man is saying, for you to get it from the right source, because he does not know what I'm saying about what I'm saying, okay? He has his own points, but these are my own points. I'm talking about students that came to study in Ukraine, but because they found themselves in some churches, they are now out of school. Some of them vowed their school fees. Some of them were dribbled into borrowing this money to their pastors and never get it back. I know of people that their pastors came to them and said, rent me this money. Borrow me this money. I know you have some money and I will give you it back within 1 week. After 1 week, because of our upbringing, these children, they don't go back to the pastor, for example, to ask, can I have back my money? And it happens that maybe after 3 months, he goes back and these pastors, they say, I thought you donated the money to the church. Have you heard that before? This is not one person. This is not 2 people. This is not 3 people. The pastor will say, I thought you donated this to the church. Do you get what I'm saying? I am not talking about any people that didn't come to study in the real sense of it. Okay. So when they borrow this money, they never return it, okay? They never return it. And some cases are that these pastors that speak Russian language offer to represent you in school as an agent, and at the end of the day, they take your money, they don't pay your school fees unless you find out on time. Then maybe somehow, if your parents are rich enough to send you more money, or somehow you organize more money to replace the one they have stolen, then you'll be back to school. If not, I know dozens and dozens of students that have gone back home without their diplomas because of these atrocities. And don't go on anywhere and tell me that I'm talking about prostitutes or that I'm talking about 419s or drug dealers that didn't come to study. This is not what I'm talking about. I know about all those pimps that invite, lady pimps that invite students, tell them that they will come here, do prostitution and, pay them 50,000 euros or $50,000, whichever amount. I know those things happen, but this is not the case. I am talking about something else. And if you say that I should shut up because it concerns the church, I am sorry. The church is not God. The pastor is not God. God is a different person. God will never tell a student to pay his school fees because he wants to support the church. That is not God. And this is the evil that I am against. And this is the atrocity that I am against, because before my eyes, students have gone back home. And if I have done this video early enough, I would have saved those students from going back home. So don't come here or, make any nonsense video and tell people that I'm talking about something else when I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, I have been in this part of the world for more than 30 years, but that is not even a boast, because that's one of the things you said in your video. I am saying this for those that watch your video to understand what is going on. I'm not boasting that I've been here for 30 years. I don't know where he came up with that. I am facing the fact that students are being duped in this country. Students are being duped in the name of the Lord. Do you go to church? If your spirit tells you to go, you go to church. But I'm telling you, as you come to study in Ukraine in September, as you enter those churches, please open your eyes. As a matter of fact, I am a pastor. My husband is also a pastor. But this is not what I'm talking about. So if you say that I'm talking against pastors, that means I'm talking against myself. When you see me do those evil, point at me and talk against it, okay? What I'm talking about is the evil that they do in churches, that if those people that are out of school are truthful enough, they will come to this video and comment. Because I saw like a few people that commented yesterday that they have been into that and they know those that have been into that. So you will know that this is not a joke. And that is why I decided to make this video at this hour of the year, because very soon, in less than 2 weeks, students will come here with their money and they will be ripped out of it by all kinds of sweet talk, either borrow it from them or tell them that they will sow it into the church or into their man of God, and God will give them back. He never does, and these students, they go back home without their diploma. Parents, please warn your students, warn your children before they leave home that under no ground should they touch their school fees. If they want to be hungry, by giving their pocket money to the church, please let them do, but let them never ever touch their school fees. Your school fees is not your money, student. Your school fees does not belong to you. Your school fees does not belong to you, okay? It belongs to your parents. Even some parents, out of, respect to pastors. Because I was saying yesterday that the only thing that can make you give your money to the church is when you ask your parents if she will allow you or he will allow you, if they will allow you to give that money. But knowing what I know about what some churches do in Nigeria, your parents might even tell you to do that. But you still have to use your own head, because in a few years, your parents will be gone and you are the one that will go home without your diploma, start struggling to go back to school when you're 50. So put on your heads up. Let's not start turning people's tongues and words upside down because you want to, make some noise on Facebook, okay? This is not a noise I'm making. This is a life that I'm sharing. My own life and the lives of hundreds of people that I know that went back home because they've been manipulated by some churches that they go to, by telling them, by sowing their school fees or part of their school fees to, to push God's work, that God will refund them or God will do some miracle and their school fees will come back. School fees never came back. As a matter of fact, some even are out of school and they are still in this country. And maybe their parents know, their parents don't know. Some have spent more than they are supposed to have spent here because they did not finish school and they don't know how to go back home. Okay, what's Maya was saying? God is not a money doubler. You acquire money by giving value that exceeds the monetary compensation. Exactly. So it's a pity that someone who says he values Dr. Sunday Adelaja, mentioning his name in his video, come up and say what he said just an hour ago. I was listening to that video. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Yes, Dr. Sunday is one of the people that are in this Ukraine. He is a principality in a good way in this country that has helped progress Christianity in this country. And you will never hear him say, give your money to the church if you're a student, okay? You will never hear him say that. And as a matter of fact, I am a pastor under Dr. Sunday Adelaja. I have been his mentee for years, okay? So if you use him as an example, okay, now you understand where I'm coming from, all right? That Dr. Sunday does not do that does not mean you don't have other churches that do that. And if you're telling me to shut up and stop talking about these things because you think that I'm shaming Christianity, I'm shaming church, wait until you send your son to Ukraine to study. And he calls you after 4 years that he's supposed to come back with his engineering diploma and tell you, Daddy, please, Daddy, I did not finish school. Let me hear you now. Make all the noise you made an hour ago on Facebook, okay? I don't even have much time for you because this is not the reason I'm doing this broadcast. I hope my husband will face you. So, I want to just give a few advice on how to avoid these things, okay? First of all, when you come back with your money from home to study, or when you're sent here to study, please go straight to your school and pay your school fees. Don't keep it hanging. Don't ever tell your pastor that you have your school fees coming, because this is what they use. Whenever they hear the news, oh, this person is receiving money tomorrow, receiving money today, they will say, okay, please borrow me. And because of respect and the integrity you have for your pastor, you will think, oh, he's the man of God, he will give me back. But I have seen cases that has been lingering on for years. They borrowed money to their pastor and they never got it back. I'm not saying that this happens everywhere, but I have seen cases, not one, not two, not three, not four, not even 10, this man mentioned, okay? So I am just trying to save some parents from their sweat, money that they, spent all their years to sweat out, to cough out, to send their students here to study. And someone is out there trying to defend church and pastor, which is not God. That you rightly say that a pastor and is not, perfect, okay? They make mistakes. And this is the same warning that I'm giving here. That a pastor is a pastor does not mean that he cannot say any rubbish. I'm a pastor, I do say some rubbish sometimes. We all are human beings, but this is the warning I'm telling you now. If you are coming to Ukraine to study, make sure that you're not duped by a church, by some sweet talk of sowing money to some building that they never finish building, or to some pastor that he wants to travel, or they will say you have to buy your pastor a car, all kinds of things that they, design to make sure that they take that money from you. And they help you to be out of school. And when you're out of school, they will tell you that you don't have faith enough to believe God to give you back money that you vowed. And as a matter of fact, most of these students, they say, okay, I gave that money, but my pastor did not force me. What a fallacy. When you keep on hearing and hearing and hearing something all the time, or they give testimonies of how this boy just gave his school fees to me, tomorrow you want to please your pastor too. We have all lost our brains. These things happen before my eyes. I am not saying what I heard someone say. So if you are a parent in Nigeria, you're a parent in India, or whichever country that you are in, and you're planning to send your children here to study, please, 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 warn your kids, okay? Warn your kids about these wolves that have entered into God's vineyard, saying they're saving souls, but they are there just to milk these students. I know some students that they have vowed their school fees, because usually here, when they expel you from school, you have to go back if you want to come back, get visa, come back. This person, some people, they pay their school fees at vow or whatever they call it, go back home, get visa, come back again, and still vow this money, saying that they promise God that if they come back, they are going to vow. What kind of rubbish is this? And they will use scriptures to support this. That Joseph said, or not Joseph, Jacob. Jacob said, if you bring me back to the land, I will sow a seed. Is that not nonsense that is going on? Should we keep quiet about these things, not to offend pastors? I don't think we should. I have kept quiet for years. I have prayed for pastors for years to change these things. But when I know, and I hear that these things are still happening to today, it's time for action. At least it's time to warn some people to be aware. Because some are not aware of these things. And when they visit here, they go to the pastor, they trust them as a trusted person, say, take care of my kid. And this pastor, even some evil, go to the extent of sending money to their kids through their pastor. And at the end of the day, the kids might not get the money. By the time she gets it, it's already too late to do something with the money. Jefferson, please, don't come with this, keep quiet again. You know what is happening. Even when you open your own mouth, all of us will run away. Okay? Another advice I will give to students that are coming here is, since the system is that most of the time you have these agents that help you to pay your school fees, right? One of the things that you have to do is when you come to these lands, please learn the language. Learn Russian language, learn Ukrainian language so that you can represent yourself. So that you won't have someone that is going there, you find it like Mumu, the person is lying to you. You don't even know what they're speaking about. By the time you know it, your school fees is gone. Learn the language so that, okay, the person brought you as an agent, but during your second year, I believe that you can pull out and start being an agent to yourself. This is the way you can save your soul, so that you can know what is going on with your school fees, so that you know what is going on with your studies, so that when you see your name on the board, you will see it even without somebody interpreting it for you. You can walk up to the dean's office, speak. These people, they love when you speak their language. I know some people that learn their language and now they are friends, buddies with their deans. That when they have problems, they have the dean's personal number, they call the dean and the dean sort out the thing for them. Okay? Learn the language so that you can represent yourself, at least to speak the minimum. You must not be a professor in the language. Another thing I want to say is, don't ever lend your school fees to anyone, okay? It doesn't matter, is your pastor, is your friend, you know, they will usually tell you, I'm waiting for money tomorrow. Lend anything you want to do, but not your school fees, please. Because you're not sure. You are not certain if that person will receive that money tomorrow, even if it's your most trusted friend. How sure can you be and say that, yes, when I need it, I will get back my school fees? These are not small money. $3,000 to $6,000, some people even pay $8,000 as school fees here. Those that are doing medicine, depending on the school. So how can you take that whole sum of money and give to someone else, believing that the person will give you back, even if it's just rendering the person the money? Is it not stupid? And you're telling me I should keep quiet? I will not keep quiet. Whatever name you call me, you go on. But I am so grateful that we have a God in heaven that searches the heart of every man, that knows the motive of every person that talks whatever he talks. And he is my witness, okay? So, please don't ever rent your money. Oh, is it rent? Yes, rent your money to anyone. Oh, I mean, not your money, your school fees to anyone. You want to give him your pocket money, please do. If you want to stay hungry for the month, it's okay. But your school fees, you are not sure. Because they quickly expel people from here. Not to your pastor, not to somebody else, not to church. Don't give your school fees to anyone. Go straight to your school and pay your school fees as soon as you come here. All right? Next point, I had to make points so that emotions will carry me all here, okay? Because this has been on my mind for years, and I'm letting it out. Because of the poor connection of network in this house yesterday, I could not say all I wanted to say. So that's why I am coming back to do this. And that is why I must say this also. The man that was doing video earlier with my topic, you know, trying to accuse me of some things, saying that the network was cutting and cutting because it's God that didn't want me to do the video. Is that not funny? How can we just label everything, you know, some blockage to God? That is God that is trying to cover your this thing, your breakthrough, or whatever you call it. It is not true. It is not true, because there has been problem of network here for some time. And I am very sure, without any doubt, that this message will save even one soul from going back home without his diploma. So no matter what you say that that you believe is God that is stopping me, or whoever that is stopping me, I'm so sorry, okay? It is just too funny. So funny, okay? So please share this video. I didn't say this. Please share this video, and I want to thank everyone that have shared this video yesterday. This has to go viral so that all the parents and all the students and all the new students that plan to come here in September to study will hear this, so that at least they will know what to do. At least they will be warned. At least their eyes and their nose and all their senses will be open to know when they are being duped, when they are being manipulated, because these things happen again and again and again in this country. I am talking about Ukraine because that is where I reside. I have not been to other European countries, though some wrote me that it happened there too. But I am talking of what I know, where I have been, and people that have come to me that have said, Mom, to me and my husband, and say we should help them. Their parents called and said we should help them. That is why I decided to blow this whistle, if you can call it that, so that people will be aware of what is going on in this country, so that they will take caution. Okay? That is my purpose of doing this video. And I have learned from my mentor, Dr. Sandra Delaja, that you don't keep quiet. Okay? When you see evil happening, you don't keep quiet. You do not keep quiet. He has taught me with series of messages that he's been doing recently, where he says that there is what we call the prostitution of tithe and offering. And there's another message that he titled, Is Your Church a Cult? Do we still have good churches? Yes, we have a few. But when you go to YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official, when you listen to this series, then you will understand more what I'm trying to say. All kinds of devices that our so-called, some of our so-called men of God have devised to just rip you off, to just get you naked, to just remove your brains out of your head, that you act as if you had never had them before. Okay, I'm feeling so hot here. Because this is a very hot topic and the sun is just shining on my face. So my people, I have warned you, warn all those you know, all those your uncles, by sharing this video, your parents, your aunties, your friends, share them so that others also will hear what I'm trying to say. Then there is another thing that these students start doing, okay? By the time they see, I think I should start like this, yeah. By the time they see that, you know, their school fees is gone, what do they start doing? For those that their parents are somehow well-to-do, they will start writing their parents, Mommy, I lost my iPad. Mommy, I lost my phone. My phone fell into the toilet, you know, and some others, you know, funny stories, so that they can raise back money so that they will be able to pay back their school fees. These are for the lucky ones who their parents can afford to send them money again for iPad and for all those things. But most of them are not lucky because their school fees was the last thing that their parents had. Some of them, their parents don't even eat. I know some people that their parents are widows. They don't have daddies. And their mommies, I'm feeling so emotional right now. And their mommies had, you know, taken care of like 3 or 4 of them. The mommy work from morning to night and send this money, and they will come here by once. I'm sorry to say, the stupid pastor's message that you take your school fees and go and give it as a vow, and your mommy will not be able to recover from that. Some parents have died because of this, because they had heart attack. They thought they can trust their kid, okay? But this happened here. So that is why it will be an evil for me to keep quiet. I have kept quiet for years. I have been praying for things to change, but I don't see anything changing. So I am warning you. I am warning you. And, you know, ending this video, I must say that, I will repeat that, your school fees is not your money. Your school fees does not belong to you. Your school fees as a pastor, okay, not as a pastor, your school fees as a student does not belong to you. It belongs to your parents, okay? You don't pay any tithe out of your school fees. You don't pay any offering out of your school fees. You don't rent your school fees to anyone, believing that God will do miracle by you serving in the church. It does not happen. Okay? Use your brains. Use your heads. Okay? I have warned you. Let's reduce this. Okay? Please share this video so that everyone will hear this. And please, if you are a student and you have heard about this message that I'm spreading, do me a favor and comment on this video, or even if you want to hide your identity, which most people do, please share this video so that other parents will hear, so that we won't have children that we are sending back home because of believing in one kind pastor or the other, or in one church or the other, without their diploma, with their parents' hearts being broken. I have heard of daddies and mommies that lost their lives because of this, because that was their only money. They gave to the child they thought they trusted, and this child gave to the church or to the pastor to further some ministry that God did not ask them to do. But when giving it, they feel so good, thinking they are doing some dangerous seed, as they call it, that they are giving to God. And God will open up windows of heaven to bless them. But they only find themselves back home without diploma. I think I have said enough yesterday and today. Okay? So when you come, You enter those churches, wear your brains back, be alert, so that when they start duping you or manipulating you, you will know. I repeat again, am I trashing churches? I don't. My husband is a pastor. I am a pastor myself. Maybe this guy that did the video did not know, or maybe he knows, it does not matter. But the thing is, evil is evil, whether it's done in church or out of the church. Evil is evil and must be spoken against. No more keeping quiet. Someone quoted that the reason that evil thrives is when good men keep quiet. I am done with that. No more silence. The plague of silence is lifted. And that is one of the series of videos that Dr. Sunday also did in his channel, Sunday Adelaja Official. The plague of silence. Is your church a cult? And the third one, the prostitution of tithe and offering. You go there and you will listen, and you will just shake your head from what is happening. So thank you all for listening to me. Share the video so that others will know. And the last thing I want to say is, when you come to this country as a student to study, please face your studies, okay? Be bold enough to tell whoever you are in his church that these are my exam period and I need to study. Because some students, due to the fact that they thought I must be in church even when I have exam, they fail their exams. You have to give what belongs to Caesar and give what belongs to God to God. The Caesar is that you have to schedule your time to study. If you don't study, you will fail. Serving in church will not replace your studies, okay? Serving in church will not replace you sitting down to study your books. So create a balance. If you must go to church, create a balance. And don't hope for miracles that will not save you. Do I believe in miracles? Yes, I do. I am a miracle. I am a walking mercy, okay? But the truth must be told. And open your eyes and wisen up. Parents, you heard me. Students, you heard me. And the upcoming students, you all heard me. So share this video. God bless you. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye, yeah.